Good morning, soul rebel freedom fighters. We have a divine duty, not just for when you're in the higher realms, but we have a divine duty on a place like planet Earth, which is a very difficult, almost Thomas-ridden vibration. We have the same duty. And that duty is to become one and have union with spirit. Yoga, let's just say we don't even need to ever say that word again. Instead, we might just say it this way: union with spirit. Union with spirit. If you're doing hatha yoga and you're going to don't say I'm going to do yoga. I'm going for union with spirit. So we have a fight on our hands, kids. But as soul rebel freedom fighters, I'm going to begin this morning with our freedom fighter song. Freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. You can't keep running away. Step into the ring. Draw out your wisdom sword. It's a weapon of love. Call on your soul, 'cause it's on a roll. And it's shouting into your ear. Become a freedom fighter. And it's shouting into your ear. Become a freedom fighter. And fight with love. Slash away the dark. Come on, let's fight with love. And bring on the light. Come on and fight with love. Slash away the dark. Come on, let's fight with love. Bring on the light. Freedom, 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 freedom. You can't keep running away. Step into the ring. Draw out your wisdom sword. It's a weapon of love. Call on your soul. It's on a roll. And it's shouting into your ear. Become a freedom fighter. And it's shouting into your ear. Become a freedom fighter. And fight with love. Slash away the dark. Come on now. Fight with love. And bring on the light. Come on now. Fight with love. Slash away the dark. Come on now. Fight with love. And bring on the light. Come on and bring it. Bring on the light. Come on and bring it. Bring on the light. Come on and bring it. Bring on the light. Come on and bring it. Bring on the light. Bring on the light. Come on now. Bring on the light. Come on now. Bring on the light. Come on now and fight, fight with love. We don't mess around when we play our love game, man. We could just sing songs today and it might stir your soul like nothing else can stir your soul. All right. But I'm so happy you're all on because, you know, so easy to run away from this fight. It's so easy to make procrastinations, hesitations, rationalizations, justifications about why you can't really deal with that next level of fight, but it is our highest duty. You are well equipped, my dears. We are really well equipped. We have freedom fighters, soul soldiers, just waiting in the wings from past lives where we have some good qualities that are waiting to come out, but we eclipse them because we have not really committed to the fight, and they won't commit to the fight till we really commit to the fight. And we have our metaphysical soldiers, which are those things that if you're practicing your steps every day and you're meditating morning and night, and every time in between you are really coming back to this present moment. It's the only moment that we have that we can be one-on-one and greet the beloved face to face, because he's given us a break in terms of time, because he can only visit us when we are in the present moment, wanting to visit him more than anything in the world. You get what I'm saying? So it's so easy to run away, because that's what that Bhishma figure as the ego, as the king ego, it's just rooted right there in your heart center, is doing its damage, because it means, Bhishma means frightens. You know how it is. And what we mean by that is there's a certain level where we just don't want to hear truth right now, or we're just not ready. And the reason is because we're not ready to make a change, to live in tune with that truth. All right. I think it was Narayan this morning that sent me, because I put up a chat on the Rebel page this morning for wisdom nuggets. It's a chat just for wisdom nuggets. And I think she sent me this to my iPhone, though. But this is what we're talking about this morning. This is a quote from Yogananda. I attune my will to be guided by the wisdom of God, as expressed by the wisdom of the sages. My will is yoked to wisdom. I can achieve anything. I'll read it once more. I attune my will to be guided by the wisdom of God, as expressed by the wisdom of the sages. My will is yoked to wisdom. I can achieve anything. You darn right we can achieve anything. And without more and more ever increasing fires of wisdom, name of the stream this morning, it's an exact quote from Yogananda coming right up. Without that, there's going to be no change. There's going to be nothing we can achieve that's of value without ever increasing fires of wisdom. And for wisdom really to be really activated within you, it must be shared with like mind and like soul. It must be shared, kids. This is why we have a chat now for wisdom nuggets, because otherwise it's just in your head. And we got to do everything we can to get out of that thinking head, because lodged in that thinking head is not just one ego, but 4 egos. Okay, we'll get to that. Well, we did get to that back in the day when we look at the posing soldiers. One good reason to go back to these streams, man, because it's too easy to step, not step into the ring, but run away from the ring, because there's just a big resistance still for all of us in all of this. Okay, so let's just be real open and honest and willing this morning. I think in AA they say that you got to be that, or you won't make it through the program. Open, willing, and honest. So I'm going to go to 744 here. This was chapter 9. We're ending chapter 9 very soon now. But I just wanted to bring your attention once again to what we're talking about here for weeks: the royal knowledge, the royal mystery. And we talked about having direct perception of God through methods of yoga, easy to perform. It's easy if you keep it simple. It's easy when you're in tune with wisdom or want that more than anything else, then God will grace you and move all that crap that has been resisting in you from really going for it 100,000% instead of just like a waffling, you know, or the cha-cha 2 steps forward and 1 step back kind of person. It's easy because it's simple. And the Lord will help you realize it's easy if you give him your all. You see how important that is? There's a section, how the Lord pervades all creation, yet remains transcendent. This is the mystery majestical, right? Which we're still on, and then we're going to get in after today's stream, or maybe even start today, the right method of worshiping God. All right, this is so great. But we ended last week with 2 very important verses, 11 and 12. We're on page 756. 11 and 12 are important verses because if we don't address this today, when will we? Number 11, verse 11 of chapter 9, page 756 says this: the ignorant, oblivious of my transcendental nature. Now, I think we all got to count ourselves in on this ignorant thing, right? Raise your hand, right? Oblivious of my transcendental nature as the maker of all creatures. Discount also, because of this ignorance, my presence within the human form. Now, we don't even have to analyze this because your mind is left, your left brain is going to try to analyze it, and then you can talk yourself out of anything and justify anything, hesitate on anything, you know? So, but to discount God within too. And then verse 12 said, lacking in insight, their desires and thoughts and actions all in vain. Whenever there is anything we do, whether we're just lounging, whether we're doing some chores around the house, we're playing with the children, or whatever, if God isn't in our heart and doing that, kids, we are doing it in vain. Raise your hand. You make karma. Boy, those old streams, I'm telling you, when the good forces were lining up with the evil forces, just give me a holler. We can get those to you. Such men possess, lacking in insight, their desires and thoughts and actions, all vain. Such men possess the deluded nature of fiends and demons. All right. Well, the ignorant, Master goes on in his commentary, are those the ignorant. And the fiends are those who, here we go. I'll read it. He said, short little paragraph. Prakriti has 3 gunas or manifesting qualities. These 2 stanzas refer to men and women with a predominance of tamas or ignorance. Now, don't take this personal, because to get into a body, to get into a planet that is this low in vibration, that there's a tamas energy is prevalent here. It forms most of your body. It comes in with the soul, because there can't be such a delusion, such a dark delusion, such a hypnotizing maya, right? If it wasn't formed by the dark side. Woo! So it seems like we got the wrong end of the stick, but actually we didn't, because the soul is the conqueror and the soul is rising now, right? The soul hero. Come on, how else are you going to be a hero? Prakriti has 3 gunas or manifesting qualities. These 2 stanzas refer to men and women with predominance of the tamas or ignorance, the nature of demons. So whenever we just blank out, whenever we are not in our A game, because you have all the tools and equipped with so many things, those metaphysical soldiers, I don't think I went on to explain, they come from your spiritual routine and your meditating practices today. They come out of that real focus that you have in your day-to-day, moment by moment, being with God, surrendering to Divine Mother. That they come from that. So if we're not here and now, just every moment, every day, you're going to see in these next verses coming up that God's going to give us so many awesome more weapons and reminders How many reminders do we get every Gita stream, man? Wisdom, highest wisdom, knowledge that there is to have, we get. But these predominance of tamas and ignorant folks, those with an abundance of rajas or activity for selfish goals, so just abundance of rajas, that's never quiet, can never sit still, right? The mind is always restless, going, doing, planning, and it's all about me. That rajas activity, that overabundance of rajas activity for selfish goals is the nature of fiends. And it's also a dark abyss of misery for incarnations. I just heard from an old stream. When we are not in our consciousness with God in any given moment, doing anything or doing nothing at all. And we're making karma, which is the dark abyss that keeps us in prison and misery for incarnations. There's a lot at stake here, huh? Both ways. Big time stakes, man. It's all on the table. Let's step into the ring now. Come on. So the following stanza that we're going to read now, though, however, mentions men and women filled with the third guna, which is the sattva, or wisdom. Now we're talking, right? Now we're talking. So let's see what yoga, these are verses 13 to 15. Some beautiful, if you have pen and pencil, get it out right now. Get it out. Get it out. I don't want you to say, because I know that it's not easy for all you folks to come back and re-listen to this again and again and again, which I've always recommended, right? Doing that, make it your number one pastime, right? So there is no more me time with the little ego me, but it's all the new pastime is being with the divine. That's what listening to wisdom, pouring it in, ever increasing fires of wisdom is the secret sauce, everybody, because it fills your mind with that wisdom, and eventually it sinks into your subconscious. So you start changing some of those old, or kicking out those old demons that are in your subconscious mind, which are influencing conscious mind, but it cleans it up. Then your conscious mind eventually is actually following with passion. You can't get enough of the wisdom food, and you can't get enough of your practice, so that you get feeling better and better every day. Every day, better and better. And very smart, not to mention. So, verses 13 to 15. But Mahatmas, now we just mentioned the demons and the fiends, didn't we? In verses 11 and 12. But now, verse 13, but Mahatmas, meaning great souls, great souls. That means that you are attempting to be the great that you already are. But that great isn't the great of the ego, it's the great of the humility, that it is all spirit. And you're willing to hand over and give all back to spirit right here today, right now, as you sit here. Give it all back to spirit, because it ain't you. God's consciousness, the I am presence, is on loan for you, my dears. How are you using it this time around? God consciousness. Huh? Is it so infiltrated by those, demons of ignorance that have you convinced about something that is keeping you in hesitation and procrastination about jumping totally into this fight for freedom, right? Freedom of your soul in union with spirit. That's a good fight to be fighting right now. That we sometimes are just, if you err on the side of wisdom, okay? No more ignorance. It won't do. It just won't do. You are a great soul, but now you have to find that greatness in your humility and your complete surrender to truth as your favorite pastime, as the thing that is in your heart and mind, connected together, that heart mind so on fire, that spiritual ardor of Arjuna. Are you kidding me? We all have that. We all have that. That's our pastime now, right? And it's our daytime and it's our nighttime. In AA, they say that faith is 24/7, is a 24/7 thing. If you don't have faith 24/7 in your steps, and in your recovery from alcohol, it's all going to be lost. You need faith 24/7. That's just alcohol. What about this major delusion? Okay, but Mahatmas, great souls, oh son of Pritha, Arjuna, expressing in their nature divine qualities. See, we're so busy protecting our little defenses around things and our resistances that we're not even allowing the powers that we're equipped with in our astral body and our causal body to start with, not to mention the Pandava brothers that you already understand, the strengths, these divine consciousnesses in your centers already, and the help that you have from them, and the soul soldiers and the metaphysical soldiers, and then the gurus and the angels and everybody else, right? Because we're too busy protecting our little territory, just like the gurus wouldn't give any inch back after they sent the Pandus out. They wouldn't give one thing there, so there was a war. There was a battle. All right? That's how vicious that Bhishma ego is. So, but this is different now. The Sattva person, O son of Pritha, expressing in their nature divine qualities, if we can have enough freedom in our system to let them out and let them run us, right? Offer the homage of their undeviating minds. That's the first thing to write this morning. I have an undeviating mind. Undeviating mind. We know undeviating devotion is one of my favorite sayings, right? But an undeviating mind comes right back. We got mind-heart combo going now, baby, right? Both of them cheering each other on. Both of them going for the highest consciousness, the highest wisdom, and the application of in daily life as our purpose, as our goal, as our number one career. A professional Jivan Mukta in training. Professionals, professional freedom fighters, man, right? So they offer these Mahatmas, these great souls, expressing in their nature divine qualities, they offer in homage, in humility, their undeviating minds to God, to Krishna, to me, it says here, to me. And Krishna represents spirit, it represents the father, it represents the mother, it represents the guru, it represents your soul, it's everything. That's why this scripture is off the charts, man. But in this case, he's talking as the absolute spirit, the transcendental absolute. So these Mahatmas just give their undeviating minds. They don't even claim that as something that they're doing. They give it back to God. You'll see, undeviating minds to me, knowing me as the imperishable source of all life. The imperishable, knowing me as the imperishable source of all life. So this 13 and 14 and 15 are all in one section, but I'm going to go give you Master Yogananda's commentary on just what I just read about these great Mahatmas and their undeviating minds, in homage, giving him right back to source. In homage, their undeviating minds. Right, we're so used to giving our crap back, right? And then we give it and then we take it right back. These are good things, man. Don't claim anything. It's on loan. You're on loan. Your consciousness, your body, this life is on loan. What have you now done? You've just taken ownership of it. It's yours to do it as you want. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Get into the ring, baby. Stop running. So Yogananda says, Sattvic beings, free today we are. Free today, if you so choose. Free from the blinding delusions of the rajas and tamas qualities. Imagine no more demons. Imagine no more fiendish running away, restless, just can't even stay in your skin because you're just avoiding, just completely resisting the prime duty, your dharma as a child of the infinite, all powerful. All wise, one with spirit as is. You are the individualized spirit with everything spirit is, but we misuse that and we go to the other side. It's like Anakin Skywalker got so full because he went to the dark side to help give life back. That is, the wife was dying, and and the dark side said, I'll heal her. Just be on my side. Big lies, big lies. That's how he became a Darth Vader, man. So Sattvic beings free, though, free. Imagine yourself free from the blinding delusions. That means you can't see, you don't hear, you don't feel, nothing. You have nothing open. All the channels are closed. Just like that, bingo. Because they are tyrannous, this dark side, and they want you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We forget that. We think we can kind of just take a break, put our feet up, let our mind go off, do whatever's want, like a restless butterfly, right? No, 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 kids, just go back to some of these old streams. Go back, restart this whole thing today, brand new, and take that note down, that undeviating mind for starters. Because I think you all want to be free from the blinding delusions of the Rajas and the Tamas quality, right? From the demons and the fiends. But here is your next thing to write down. See God within and without, in all things. See God within and without, in all things, and thus remain always in my proximity. All right? Right? This is you just make up your mind that everything you look out today, you're going to be on such with all your inner strength, with all your inner connection and attunement with God's will. He pumps it through you, and you can just start saying, Spirit, this is you. Everything is spirit today. Well, no matter what I look, talk about Lord and Regina of your senses, God within and God without in all things, and thus remain always in his proximity. And then, of course, you can always just go to your iPhone where you have the Jesus Calling app. And if you remember, I think just a thing from the other day, this is what it says. All right. When you stop in a moment, rest with me a while. The divine is saying, rest with me a while. You have journeyed up a steep, rugged path in recent days. And I don't care what we've done or what we didn't do. We are just being in a body. That's a really steep, rugged path every single cotton picking day of our lifetimes, kids. You bet you've had a journey up a steep, rugged path in recent days. The way ahead is shrouded in uncertainty. Certainly, that is absolutely true. We are shrouded in uncertainty. Look neither behind you nor before you. Instead, focus your attention on me, your constant companion. Ooh, what a concept. Could that be Sattva Yoga quality? You bet it is. And it's a soul rebel freedom fire quality. You bet it is. Focus your attention on me, your constant companion. Trust that I will equip you fully for whatever awaits you on your journey today. Trust me. Trust God. Trust yourself. Quit making this so damn difficult, kids. That dark side is relentless. Go back and listen to any stream back in the days when the soul forces were lining up with the opposing forces. Just go back, and then especially chapter 2. Well, yeah, and of course Krishna's starting to say, no, I'm not going to fight. All that in chapter 1 is good, but chapter 2, when Krishna came down and said, okay, are you done now, Arjuna? Are you done complaining and whining and grieving about something that there's no need to grieve for ever, right? And then listen to some of those early ones in chapter 2. That's all we need to do, kids, if you want a big kick in the you-know-what, to put this thing in just a whole new restart, maybe get a whole new motor, get a whole new mindset, everything, paradigm, everything. Burn the old, and let's rebuild from scratch, huh? Let's rebuild, just all with the help from God. That's all you need. Rest with me a while. You have journeyed up a steep, rugged path of recent days. Way ahead shrouded in uncertainty. Look neither behind you nor before you. Focus your attention on me, your constant companion. Trust that I will equip you fully for whatever awaits you on your journey. Then God says, I designed time to be a protection for you, dears. I designed time to be a protection for you, not like, oh my God, I'm getting old. Oh my God, I'm not going to make this payment. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Turn that, oh my God, I know you're helping me out here. I love you. Take away this anxiety that I have because I don't trust you deeper. He just give me trust instead. Yogananda prayed that all he wanted from God one day. He said, I just want your ever new joy. And then he said, God gave it to me, but I had to disband every one of my desires. God says, yeah, I'll give you that, Yogananda. And then Yogananda says, but I had to disband all my desires. Yeah, all the old stuff that's still running, running the show, actually, if we're not careful. I designed time to protection for you. You couldn't bear to see all your life at once. Though I am unlimited by time, it is in the present moment that I meet you. This is so beautiful. Refresh yourself in my company at any moment. Stop. Tune in. Lift up. Look up. And just, he even says it. Refresh yourself in my company, breathing deep draughts of my presence. Breathing deep draughts of my presence. Stop, be still, Yogananda said, and out of the silence will loom the divine presence. Stop, be still in that present moment. I meet you, my dear. Refresh yourself in my company, breathing deep draughts of my presence. The highest level of trust is to enjoy me moment by moment. If we're going for the highest level of trust is to enjoy God every moment today. So easy, so doable. He said that. And that opening, this is what this chapter 9 is all about. This is yoga made easy, union with spirit made easy. All you got to do is trust the highest wisdom, and trust that in this moment you can have a refresh like never before, right? And we'll just take a moment at a time. How does that sound? Nothing new under the sun, right? The highest level of trust is enjoy me moment by moment. I am with you, watching over you wherever you go. These are beautiful too. Matthew, come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest, Christ said. Psalm, let the morning bring me word of your unfailing love, for I have put my trust in you, Lord. Show me the way I should go. For to you I lift up my soul. God, that's beautiful. Psalm 143, 8. 143, 8. I am with you. This is Genesis. I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go. And I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have done what I have promised you. Genesis. Okay? So you wrote, see God within and without in all things, and thus remain always in his proximity. These sattvic souls, they're really called, sattvic is all causal. It's all causal, mostly all causal. That's why we have those as the divine powers that strengthen the whole system, astral body and physical body. That's where we reside. That's where the Pandus live, man. That's where all the help is, waiting in the wings of your chakras. How's that? So they're uncompromising goodness and undistracted devotion. So write it down. I have uncompromising goodness and undistracted devotion. So you had undeviating minds. Now you have undistracted devotion. Write it down. These are affirmations. I just looked at this and it's just everything pops off the page now. That is meant perfectly for my soul today, for where my attitude is today, for everything. God knows he's behind this every second of your life in detail. Divine Mother, every detail. This is not random, man. This isn't the luxury kind of Gita kind of lifetime where we can get a little dose of it. This is not that kind of lifetime. You come here as a soul on a mission to return as fast as possible to your union with spirit, okay? Their uncompromising goodness and undistracted devotion, I hope you wrote it down, offer no resistance to the natural pull of the soul towards spirit. You don't know, there's two opposing forces. Came in a lesson in SRF recently. the two great forces in the universe, the repulsion, which is the dark energies, the tamas and the restless raja, and the sattvic energy. Sattvic energy is this pull, which is stronger than the tamas and rajas combined. All right, that's a natural pull of God pulling you. You'll see that even into the farthest reaches of delusion, he's pursuing your soul. No matter how far you go into delusion, he pursues you. This natural pull. But there's no resistance for someone who is uncompromising goodness and undistracted. There's no resistance anymore in them, right? That's what we want. No more resistance. No more resistance. Okay? So it offers no resistance, then, this uncompromising goodness and undistracted devotion to the natural pull of the soul towards spirit, the pull of the Lord's love that pursues every soul, even unto the farthest reaches of delusion. And you don't think this is worth the fight, man? And to start by sharing to your brothers. I put up a new chat on our Facebook Rebel page because it says, get the members talking, and I wrote them. No, I didn't. He said, I've been trying to tell them for 7 years to share your wisdom. So I called it sharing your wisdom nugget. And then I think it was Narayan who sent me that one. She didn't put it up there. Let's put it up there so we all can see it. It's like right when you go to the Soul Rebel page, it's the thing that says the share your wisdom nugget. Put it there, for God's sake, put it there. That's so important. I can't tell you. That's why I keep repeating myself. Right? It's worth it though, to do whatever we need to do to get out of this false comfort zone, which is totally uncomfortable for us on this planet, to be in this uncertainty. Without the certainty that we are in charge of ourselves, because you are really anxious because you can't trust yourself, because you said things to yourself you still don't do, you don't activate, right? You haven't followed up. Come on, let's all go. We're getting a whole new restart today, a whole new beginning. Gita starts today. It really does, starts today. So that pull of the Lord's love that pursues every soul, even to the farthest reaches of delusion. So in a verse, I don't think it's come up yet, but maybe it has. And this, I'll sing it, because when I read this verse years and years and years ago, well, before I decided to do the Gita, I knew I had to make a song. So, she who perceives me everywhere and beholds everything in me, never loses sight of me, nor do I ever lose sight of her. She never loses sight of me, nor do I ever lose sight of her. He who perceives me everywhere and beholds everything in me, never loses sight of me, nor do I ever lose sight of him, never loses sight of me, nor do I ever lose sight of him. That's what we're talking about, that close proximity, right? And that he is always with us, right? And always there for us in that moment. It's got to be in the moment where there's nothing of this world can come in that precious moment where your breath is taken away by the beloved, while the lover picks you up in his arms, and it just, everything goes away, right? In that moment, we give all of our love. We give everything back to that beloved. It's all yours because I am you and you are all, and that's all I need to know. Bless me to help me realize this, Lord. Help me and bless me to realize this. But then, when Yogananda's commentary on that verse that I just sang you, she who perceives me everywhere and beholds everything in me, never lose sight of me, nor do I ever lose sight of her. Then this is his first sentences. The divine lover beholds God through every window of time and space. And the cosmic beloved beholds the devotee through every window of her omnipresent love, locked in visions of love. God and the devotee enjoy unparted union, locked in visions of love. God and the devotee enjoy unparted union. Ask God right now. First, make up your mind, your big, beautiful booty mind. That's what I want, Lord. Unparted union with you. Cosmic beloved, through every window of her omnipresent in love. And you who perceives God in everything, everywhere, right? God within, God without, in all things. And his close proximity that comes from that, right? You have unparted union. Write that down, unparted union. So now we go to verse 14. And this is, and the commentary we'll get from Yogananda after I read it, constantly absorbed in me. Now, you guys, I think you have a good sense now, I really do, of how these conversations when Krishna talks in here, or in Master's commentary, right? Of how he's just saying, I'm the one. Come straight to me. Give me your everything. I am your all. Give me your everything. I want you in full faith. This is ill world, fleeting and false. Come to me. Come to me. Have faith in me. You know, things like how many times we should count them one day. Is there things like that in this entire 2 volumes? Countless. So good news, kids, you've heard it. You've heard it over and over. It's coming in. It's soaking in. Please allow it to soak in. Please allow it to soak in more. Have it make a difference by asking God to help you to hold some power of today's talk or stream and bring it into daily active practice, right? Lord, just help me with that. Help me with that. Today's got to be the day of days for me. Constantly absorbed in me, bowing low. Here we go again. Humility, bowing low in adoration, bowing low in adoration, fixed and resolute in their high aspiration. This is pure sattvic. This is the graduate course for the Jivan Mukta right here. When you really clean up the sattvic, you know, then it goes, and your ego becomes the divine ego, which is the pure soul. All right. Yeah. Your soul is just waiting to be updated. You don't realize those 4 things were just ways to update your selfish ego, thing that has been in control of you by you now raising your vibes, because you now the soul is regaining your power back, and then to lift up your consciousness, which upgrade your soul until it becomes the ego, until it becomes the divine ego, Yogananda calls, which is pure freedom, pure soul consciousness, divine ego. So this part of us needs to be lifted up, kids. It needs to be lifted up. Fixed and resolute in their high aspiration, they worship me. They worship me. We're going to have whole verses coming up on how to worship God the right way, And I think you already know what that is. We get it. We've gotten it since day one, right? They worship me and ever praise my name. So may I sing another song now, because all these things that have just been embedded in my heart from his teachings. This one is very, very sweet. All right, from one of his poems, Whispers from Eternity, I think. Right? I don't think it's Songs of the Soul, but somewhere in his poetry, which to me is just pure ecstasy. But this is it. These are his words. I come to thee with folded hands, bowed head, and a heart laden with the myrrh of reverence, I come to thee with folded hands, bowed head, and a heart laden with the myrrh of reverence, and a heart laden with the myrrh of reverence, of reverence. From the hearts of all thine other lovers, from the hearts of all thy other lovers, I have distilled a fragrant essence of devotion. I have distilled a fragrant essence of devotion, and I mix those drops with my tears. And I mix those drops with my tears. And in those sacred waters, I will bathe thy lotus feet. And in thy sacred waters, I will bathe thy lotus feet. That's a perfect song for that verse 15, wouldn't you say? Just like that one Parted Union was a perfect little song for 14. And this one for 15, oh my God. So Yogananda's comment for stanza 14, well, I'm going to give you the stanzas now for 14 and 15. 14 was the She Who Perceives Me Everywhere. That was my song, right? The offering the homage of their undeviating minds. No, it's constantly, I'm confused now. No, 14 is this one, bowing low with adoration, fixed and resolute and high aspiration. They worship me and ever praise thy name. No, we're good. Here it is. Here's me. Delete. Okay, stanza 14, which I just read and sang. We're bowing low, worship and ever praise thy name. High aspiration, fixed and resolute in our high aspiration, bowing low, adoration. Stanza 14 refers to the devotional path, if you haven't gathered by now. Bhakti. Bhakti. The mind and heart of the bhakti. The mind and heart. Think of yourself as a heart mind or a mind heart right now. Either way, merge together. The undeviating mind and the undeviating devotion, right? The single-hearted devotion merge together. The mind and heart of the bhakti immersed in God's love, immersed. That one moment, immerse yourself in God's love. Have no other, there's only one focus now. There's only one truth. There's only one to focus on, one practice, one this, even though there's varieties, little different flavors of these practices. There's just the one that your heart is longing for, just the one. It's simple now, kids. It's yoga made easy for you, right? Because of your devotion, your undeviating mind and undeviating devotion. Immerse in God's love, are always intent on him, always intent on God. There's no secondary thing. He never goes to a secondary. There is no backup door, right? There is no door to back out and maybe take a breather from all this spirituality, right? There isn't. It's just one-pointed, single-hearted devotion and spiritual ardor like crazy. Tivra Samvega, right? And this passion for anything that's going to be anything other than just the one, anything other than the mind and heart of the bhakti immersed in God's love are always intent on him. So it's a long sentence, but hey, you just go to your book 7757 and write this stuff out. Every thought, here's something to reach for. Here's something to reach for. Every thought and action is grasped. Think of this today, Brooke, Lisa, and Jim. Think of this today. See, I think a lot of this Gita that now that we're launching up, see, there's two things can happen here. As you attune more and more to this relentless, undeviating, non-negotiable commitment to give it your all, right? You're going to see yourself loving this more and more. But if there's resistance at anything for anything else, you're going to see maybe even less people on the street. Not to worry, not to worry. It's all good. Everybody's getting their own medicine. They're getting the medicine of the consciousness that they put out. And I have a great quote, which I will say now, because I put it up as our first quote on the wisdom nuggets for the soul rebels. A devotee can rise only as high as the object and the objective of her worship. Coming up. Isn't that good? A devotee can rise only as high as the object and the objective of his worship. That's page 761. So these bhakti yogis, immersed in God's love, are always intent on him. Every thought and action today is what I was getting at, is grasped as a new opportunity to love and worship him. Okay, so look at your to-do list, put it aside for now. Or better yet, give it to God and say, I do this for you. Because otherwise, you could be a goody-goody and be thinking you're goody-goody and you're doing some service to the world. But baby doll, if there's any kind of selfishness in there, you are making karma. You are going the other direction. So you give that back, your little to-do list for today, and you let God know that your only focus today is that you're going to have every thought and action is grasped as a new opportunity to love and worship him. That one big draft of breath where God comes in and you just give your strength, mind, heart, and soul and everything back one breath to refresh, one breath at a time to refresh. And then that is your practice when you go and do your service in humble, loving, already given the results, the fruits back. There's nothing you want from that. You're not there to help people. You might think so. And if it does help people, that's awesome. But you're there to have God be expressing through you and you be intoxicated with God's presence, because trust me, you're going to then change some lives, right? Well, if there's any ego mixed in there, really, this is just pure Gita. This is just basic boot camp training, man. Basic boot camp. So that stuff, put it on hold. All of your thoughts about whatever it is you do. And now let's go for this. Every thought and action is grasped as a new opportunity to love and worship him. Countless moments today, countless moments. Through their love emanating eyes. This is so beautiful, what I'm going to read you now. This is so beautiful. Through their love emanating eyes and actions. See, they're not looking around to see if someone is noticing them do the do good. That would defeat the purpose, right? They're just so filled with the love. And that's the way they're expressing. That's the way that your soul wants to express. It can express that way for eternity too, if you allow it. If you are completely gone, a goner from the picture, the sooner the better. Through their love emanating eyes and actions, the magnetic bliss of their silent devotion. Ah, oh, there's a phrase. The magnetic bliss of my silent devotion, of your silent devotion, the magnetic bliss that pours out of you from your silent devotion. No words, nothing of me in there, just pure humble devotion, right? They draw then other souls unto God through the magnetic bliss of their silent devotion. They, through God in them, that's what attracts souls. Let's get off this thing that we got to go help people, right? Let's help ourselves. We got a lot of trash to take out and burn, right? And doing that, we're going to have that magnetism go out to help other souls, okay? They draw other souls unto God. The Lord is glorified. Get a load of this sentence. The Lord is glorified. Want to know what make God really happy today? Just that you go about expressing through your love emanating eyes and actions the magnetic bliss of your silent devotion to him. You will draw other souls unto God. The Lord is glorified by the elegance of such an exemplary life. He's glorified. God is just in ecstasy times ecstasy. by such a elegant, exemplary life. So humble, lower chin, bowed head. And then Yogananda says, there is no other way to praise him. There's no other way to praise him. Okay, 15, and we're going to close because we've done our 3 verses, 13, 14, 15. Still talking about the Sattvic yogi, well on the way to being a Jivan Mukta. Others also performing the yajna, that's the fire ceremony of knowledge, worship me, the cosmic bodied Lord. The cosmic bodied Lord. Krishna is in form right now. The cosmic bodied Lord in various ways. Those who are performing the fire, the worship through the fire of knowledge. First, they worship me, the cosmic bodied Lord, in various ways. First as the many, and then as just the one. Stanza 15 refers to the way of wisdom, Gyan. As the yogi progresses spiritually, he and she offers her and his manifold states of knowledge. So have you thought of offering your knowledge back into that sacred fire? Give it back to God, little knowledge. Maybe that will help remove all the ignorance that you think you know, that still runs the shop, right? Maybe if you gave it back. I know we get back to ignorance, but do we really? No, but now what about those aha moments? What about the good things? Why are we focusing on the things that are the difficult, the unreal, actually, the unreal? So try this. Try it out. The yogi progresses spiritually as she and he progress. She offers her manifold states of knowledge as oblations in the ever-increasing fire of wisdom. There's our title. She offers oblations of that little knowledge, some knowledge, truth knowledge. Maybe you had the greatest wisdom day ever. That wisdom knowledge as oblations in the ever-increasing fires of wisdom, which to me means one thing, that we got to ever increase. If joy is ever new, if God is just endless in his abundance and just plenty, God of plenty, you know, then why wouldn't we be increasing our efforts, increasing everything that we know? You see, you know, whether it's a conscious or subconscious, you know where you're holding yourself back. You know it. You know it. Come on, draw out that wisdom sword. Don't run the other way. Step into the ring. You got all the help in the universe there, okay? Because we need an ever increasing or ever giving back into the ever increasing fires of wisdom. In this case, our little knowledge. Isn't that great? We give our love. Yes, certainly. We just talked about that. But now give your mind. Give the knowledge. In this way, he or she worships the infinite as the myriad manifestations of her and his divine perceptions, as the myriad different ways God can express his wisdom to you. Ever new. But we're offering it back continually, the myriad manifestations of his divine perceptions. Finally, as we keep offering into this ever-increasing fire of wisdom, finally, all are commingled in, write it out, one blessed blaze. See, it's getting simpler. There's just one blessed bread. This isn't a bunch of stuff, man. It's all the same. It's all the same. Right? It's all the same. All saying the same thing. Finally, though, it's not a myriad bunch of different variations on wisdom. Whatever it is commingled in the goal. One blessed blaze. That's all capitalized. The O the B and the B. One blessed blaze. I love that. I love that. Have you ever heard that expressed like that? One blessed blaze. Through many perceptions, the devotee learns to worship the Lord through many perceptions. What you see out there, Lord, offer it to God. Everything go back now. Just clear out your stuff. Get out of the way. Get out of the way of the way. You've heard that for forever. Get out of the way. If you see something, Lord, thank you. That's so beautiful, right? It's Him giving you now new eyes, God glasses on, as a matter of fact. A new heart, a new mind, everything brand new, refreshed in one breath, one big draught, because He's there in this moment, right now. Through many perceptions, the devotee learns to worship the Lord with a soul perception, S-O-L-E, just a solitary, single-hearted perception. Through many perceptions, the devotee learns to worship the Lord with just one soul perception, the knowing of Him as the absolute. That's why we're going for Jivan Mukta. That's why we talk about liberation. That's why you're listening to the Gita this morning. Because we're going to the absolute. This is going to be, it's the best way to worship coming up. You're going to hear this again and again and again. We're not going to pass those gardens in the astral world that are so beautiful, or even the causal temptations, if there are any of those up there, but not gagging there because it's just so amazing. No, we're going straight into the bosom of the endless spirit bliss. Charge of the Love Brigade, the Soul Rebel Freedom Fighters. Here we go. Through many perceptions, the devotee learns to worship the Lord with a soul perception, the knowing of Him as the absolute. First, the yogi sees God is all, then grasps the ultimate simplicity. God. Put up a wisdom nugget before you forget this. Put it up. Go to Soul Rebel Facebook. Look, I think on the right side, we'll have a chat, a new chat, because they're wanting members to have chats. Brilliant idea. I've seen it before, but I didn't think I saw it. Because it's time to do that, okay? And then everybody let me know if there's any way I could get these videos to you, if you're interested. There's got to be a full interest. I'm not going to send this stuff out to you if it's going to sit there in the bin and you don't have time. Right? And if you don't get back with a nugget after you see one of those videos, well, that tells me that there's nothing that you got from it, or that's still not, it's a waste of my time to send it to you, and it's an insult to your soul and to the spirit to have it just sit there. So really go deep on this one. If we're gonna honor truth, if we're gonna bow our heads low to truth and this and that, you're gonna find that one of the greatest things that we can do is to share that wisdom silently if need be. But in this case, for your other soul rebels, at least we have this connection. Just for the soul rebels, we all get to see and get inspired by your inspiration. It is not a time now to remain silent on that in this Gita stream. Not after me going back and hearing every single this cry out for stream after stream after stream. I'm still crying out that we get busy and instead of just, how are you doing today? How's the weather? We just throw up some wisdom. I think we can take it, Soul Rebels. God's sacred wisdom reboot. Thank you with all my heart. Thank you, Tom. Oh, Benny. See, we still need to talk. If we don't talk, it's also another hint that we are left. It's just, hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying, Ben, man. Because I love you too much. I love you all too much. That's why I'm the way I am. Rest with God always. Narayan, thank you. We still got to talk to Narayan G. And that is that. And we are that. Tat Vam Asi. Let's inhale the breath. All-pervading spirit, oh blessed Lord Krishna, oh Christ of the skies and the infinitudes, oh beloved masters, our immortal souls, we humbly bow with the myrrh of our reverence to receive thy endless love, thy help with all of this, We know that it is here. We receive it lovingly, preciously, and as the highest priority in our existences ever up to this point. We treat it as pure, highest Dharma priority to draw closer to you in this moment of breath in our hearts with our beloved. And so it is. Namaste.